They told you that you couldn't convict police, you couldn't get them arrested, you couldn't get them convicted. It's just too hard. As soon as 2 black cops killed a white child, all of a sudden you can get no mistrial. There was no mistrial, there was no hung jury, there was no 3 weeks of deliberation, there were no notes going back and forth from the jury to the judge. Did you all notice how slippery smooth they were able to get this guy convicted? There was no argument. All the usual stuff that usually happens when cops kill a black person, all of a sudden, none of that. Where's the fraternal order of police to come to Derrick Stafford's rescue? Where's the Blue Lives Matter crowd? Nobody has seen them. If the Blue Lives Matter crowd are not a bunch of filthy, disgusting racists, if that's not true, then where have they been? Because nobody's seen them. You're correct, Jason. Didn't need a grand jury, didn't need nothing. Straight to the trial. I mean, the lynching. All the stuff that they told you that they have to do and that I told you all this time, that's bullcrap, and any person telling you that's some ignorant nigga don't know nothing or a white person lying. Now they've proven every word that we've said to be true. Where is Sheriff David Clark? Can anybody find him? Where's the police union? Where's Fox News? Where's Sean Hannity? If this isn't about race, if this is about backing the badge, where is Donald the Chump Trump? Because when Tamir Rice was killed, murdered on video, when Aiyana Jones was killed, and we'll probably never see the footage from the first 48, everybody ran to the police's defense. But in this case, no, we don't want to hear it. They didn't bring out any experts to explain to you that the Supreme Court says that an officer needs to make split-second decisions. Nobody was on TV attempting to rationalize this or to defend the officers or to explain the other side of it. Nobody did it. Now, they did do it for Darren Wilson and Daniel Pantaleo and Timothy Loman. They did it for Dante Servin, did it across the board. Nobody came to these cops' defense. Nobody. This is life under the law of white supremacy. If you want to know what the law of white supremacy says, this is it. They have just ratified for you that Dred Scott has been reinstated. And Roly-Poly Martin and TV Nunn and Jamila Lemieux and the rest of their doggedly ignorant ilk, totally quiet. No jihad, no going everywhere demanding something be done. Now, when it was Nate Parker, they couldn't shut up talking. This happens, and all of a sudden, they're church mice. The enemy within. This is what it means to have the enemy within, people. This is what it looks like. Now, how do you get 40 years in prison when it was not premeditated? Didn't they always tell you that there has to be intent? Can you prove that he got up that morning with the intention of killing someone? Can you tell us that he had the intention of killing that child? Because that's what we've been told when the white officers kill black children. Well, he can't be convicted of murder because to prove murder, you have to prove intent. And they've always told you that the threshold to prove intent is just so high. It's just so astronomically high to prove intent. In this case, okay, this cop didn't get up that morning saying he was going to kill somebody. He should get the same pass as the white folk. The white folks said, look here, nigga, we don't play that. This is what an apartheid system looks like. They grab the law as they want to. They enforce it as they want to. These are slave codes. These are slave codes. While most people are not paying attention to it until finally they pull up behind you. This is the deadliest, most dangerous period in history for black people. Because unfortunately, we are distracted by tennis shoes and iPhones, while they have constructed a societal gulag all around us. That's where you are now. You have no rights that the white man is bound to respect. None. And as they are emboldened, they will do even worse. Eventually, we are going to have on video black women being raped in the streets, and they're going to tell you we don't see where there was a crime committed. That's eventually what you're going to start seeing. It's inevitable at this point. It's inevitable. And you'll have a lot of people saying that I'm really reaching. Negroes in denial always say that everything is reaching. Right up until it happens, and they say, ooh, hell, I was wrong. I would like to give more attention to it, but there's also another side of the coin here. Where are the black police officers? Where are the black police officers to stand up for this? Where are they? No one's been able to find them. Rather interesting, isn't it? Rather interesting. Rather interesting that they haven't even come to the defense of one of their own. So, if they don't think that is really that big or that pressing of an issue, well then who am I to sit here and say that it is that big and that pressing of an issue? Who am I to do that? I'm just saying. There are a lot of lessons that have been learned from this. Most of them will fly over black society's heads. But the takeaway from this is that now you've got the example you've been waiting for. You've got concrete proof, and that proof will do you no good because you do not have the ability to punish your enemies. You are waiting for Jesus to convert them to humanity. You've been waiting 500 years, and you're no closer to converting them to humanity today than you were when you first encountered them. But you are still waiting. All right. I guess you'll just keep holding on. Let me know how that turns out for you.